A black-legged deer tick feeds on an infected animal, usually a mouse or a deer. The now infected black-legged deer tick bites a human. The tick releases the bacteria Borrelia burgdorferi or spirochete infection into the bloodstream. Once in the bloodstream, the spirochete infection released bacterial lipoproteins. BLPs are neurotoxins which directly affect neuron activity in the brain and cause significant damage to the peripheral and central nervous systems. The increased presence of these neurotoxins results in the symptoms of memory loss, neurological pain, and numbness. Once in the body, the spirochete infection burrows itself into the tissues and organs of the body. Their antigens serve as the fingerprint of the invader to the human body's immune system. In the case of Lyme disease, the dendritic cell phagocytizes the pathogen Borrelia burgdorferi and presents the antigen fragment to other parts of the immune system with the MHC2. Once the dendritic cells are able to phagocytize the pathogen and present it on their surface, they activate helper T cells which bind to the antigen. Once activated, the helper T cells begin to proliferate rapidly, producing hundreds of copies of themselves in clonal expansion. These clones will become memory helper T cells or effector helper T cells. In addition, the effector helper T cells will bind to antigen-presenting cells. They will bind to the MHC2 molecule and finally activate the B cell. Once the effector helper T cell has binded to the B cell will also begin proliferating into memory B cells and effector or plasma B cells. The effector B cells will begin producing antibodies against a specific spirochete infection, Borrelia burgdorferi. Although this seems like a good thing, here's the catch. Cytotoxic T cells bind to both MHC2 and MHC1 complexes themselves. Since all human cells have MHC1 complexes, cytotoxic cells will also respond to antigens they find on otherwise healthy tissue or organ cells too. It's good that cytotoxic T cells can kill APCs, but it's harmful for cytotoxic T cells to kill human cells. When the cytotoxic T cells kill the human cells, they are not doing self versus non-self, but self versus self, or an autoimmune response. The spirochete bacteria Borrelia burgdorferi is able to effectively hide from the immune system. The change of proteins on the pathogen surface leaves the immune system molecule unable to locate and perceive the bad guys. The biofilm is a concept that is currently being researched. Essentially, the pathogen is able to hide underneath the biofilm from the immune system molecules. Thanks for listening.